Smithley, let's go ahead and start with a few questions for you before moving on to Alex. Waynesburg boasts 11 returners on offense, including all-conference quarterback Tyler Perrone, ending 3 years of quarterback battles. How much are you looking forward to working with such a veteran unit this year?
Well, I mean, it's always beneficial to have an older group. These guys know what to expect. You know, they know what the expectations are. They know how we practice, how we handle ourselves off the field. And I think that says a lot, for a lot of the programs, that are out there that have an older group. But at the end of the day, it's the same story for us. I mean, we've got to continue to grow this culture. We have to, continue to improve individually in each of our systems, offensively, defensively, and in the special teams. As a staff, we look forward to facilitating that growth in our players. And from the aspect of the quarterback battle, it doesn't really affect me either way. We're always competing as a team. But it is nice from the standpoint that question isn't coming up every 5 seconds.
Coach, running back Chad Walker enjoyed a breakout season that saw him earn second-team All-PAC honors last year. He's running behind a veteran offensive line that features first-team All-Conference left tackle Alex Polina. How good do you think this running game is going to be this year?
It's going to be the same story for us. We've got to come out and we've got to get better at what we do. As a staff, as an offensive staff, as an offense, even with our players, we know that, we didn't consistently score enough points last year, and we know that, and I think Alex would tell you the same thing. We've worked on those things. We spent a lot of time on that stuff in the spring, but it still comes down to doing the things that it takes to be a great offense, and that's executing your blocks up front. That's ball security, guys making big plays, having good quarterback play, good decisions. And, we're excited. We think our guys, made some major strides in the spring with some different things that we were doing to try to facilitate those things within our offense, and we're looking forward to getting started here on the 14th.
Your top 10 pass catchers are back in 2019, including senior All-PAC honorable mention Nick Moretti. You've seen this core group of receivers grow and develop over your time at Waynesburg. What are your expectations for this group?
As always, high. And I don't think that would make a difference if they were younger or less experienced. We always have high expectations with all of our guys, with all of our position groups. This is a great group of guys. This is a lot of fun. This is the group of guys that when I came back to Waynesburg, this was the group of guys. And so it's been exciting to work with them and watch them grow over 4 years. As a receiving core, it's a similar situation to us as an offense. These guys are capable, play in and play out of being dangerous down the field, creating those big splash plays that we always talk about. But what we expect from them is to make some of those plays, but be the consistent route runners that they are. Make the tough catches, go get that ball when it's up in the air, and be great blockers in the run game. And that's the expectations that we have for the receiving corps, but we have those expectations for every position group as well.
Waynesburg defense will need to break in some new starters after 8 departed by graduation. However, the team brings back first-team All-PAC linebacker Tyler Smith, with veteran coordinator Scott Vienick back for his 14th year. How do you see the defense taking shape this fall?
Obviously we lost some guys. I think, talking with every coach in this room, I think you're going to get the same thing. That's an endless cycle. Guys are going to graduate, guys are going to move on, and you're going to have opportunities for guys to step up and step into new roles. And I think that's an exciting part of it too. We got a lot of opportunities for some guys that we think that are well capable of doing it. But I think at the end of the day, I think the more important thing to talk about is guys like Ty Smith. we have a handful of great leaders that have proven that they're well capable of playing at a high level in this conference, in Division III football. And it really comes down to those guys setting that bar high and bringing the guys along in a leadership role. And as far as Coach Viennick's concerned, I think that his reputation has proven it's for itself, when it comes down to, the defenses that he's put on the field and the time that he's spent, making those defenses what they are every fall.
Coach, last question for you. In 2018, the Jackets doubled their PAC wins and overall victories from 2017. What does this squad need to do in order to continue improving in 2019?
It's just a matter of us, continuing to get better in everything that we do, continuing to grow. I know I talk a lot about culture and about what we're trying to build and what we're trying to create, and I think that we've taken a lot of major strides in that area, across the board when you're looking at, the improvements that we made in 1 year to not just on the field, but in the classroom with the team GPA and how our guys handle themselves. I think that we've got to continue to push forward and raise the bar in that area. As for, us improving in victories, I think that, the more that we do those things and the more that we bring that relentless work ethic that these guys have put in for a year. We had a great spring. The focus that they brought every day in the spring. I think that as long as we can continue to raise the bar and bring that focus and that work ethic, I think that improvement, is inevitable to a point.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alex, a couple questions for you. This year's starting offensive line is one of the most veteran units in the PAC. What are your expectations for your offensive group this year?
Obviously, they're high. The offensive line, I consistently say this to everybody on the team, anybody who will listen to me talk after they don't want to anymore. We are the tightest knit group on that football team. We hold ourselves to a higher standard than everybody else on that team because we understand that without that offensive line, there's no football game. There's no football. So we hold ourselves to a higher standard than everybody else. And then over these past 3 years, we've seen everybody else kind of fall in line. They've kind of come up with the idea, hey, the offensive line's getting their work done. They're having fun. They're making friends. They're doing all this stuff. That's how we need to be. That's what makes champions.
How excited are you and your fellow offensive players for this season with so much of that experience coming back?
We're all very excited. Like I said, we are all very close as well. I've been in contact with everybody this entire summer. There hasn't really been a day gone by without it. And through everybody else, through myself, I can tell you that this is the most excited we have been for a football season in a long time.
Unlike the previous 2 seasons, there is no question who will be under center this fall for Waynesburg with Tyler Perrone. How does this familiarity help you prepare personally, game in, game out, in 2019?
As an offensive lineman, and especially a left tackle, any offensive lineman in this room understands that quarterbacks play differently than each other. You can have somebody back there, like the quarterbacks we've had in the past, who like to move a little bit more, or you can have Tyler Perrone back there who would rather throw the ball. So going into the season, knowing what's going to be back there, knowing how to block, knowing his patterns, and him being my best friend, knowing our patterns together, it makes it so much easier to get the job done, to keep him off the ground, to keep everybody else protected.
With the defense needing to fill a lot of holes brought about by graduation, do you feel any added pressure to make sure the offense does its job while an inexperienced defense rounds into shape this fall?
Of course I do. Coach Smithley consistently talks about how football it's 3 parts. If the offense goes out and has 10 3-and-outs during the game and they're on the field for 50 plays, it doesn't matter how many stops the defense has, you're not going to win that game. And the same with the special teams. Everybody needs to do their part. Now, when it comes to the question, obviously we are hurting a little bit on the defense. We do have a lot of guys coming back, Tyler Smith, Vashon Graham, Brennan Seafick, who are willing to step up and take those leadership roles to lead that defense to where it needs to be. As a leader on the offense, I feel we do need to step up quite a bit to be able to put points on the board to give our defense a little bit of breathing room.
Alex, final question for you. After picking up some quality wins last year and doubling your win total from 2017, tell us what you think this team is capable of in 2019.
I think we're capable of a lot, to be honest with you. We've consistently talked about it up here. We have all 11 starters on the offense coming back. Do we have an inexperienced defense coming in? Yes. But with the leadership on the team, with the culture that we're building, and everybody coming back, everybody who's coming back is also bought in. I feel like all of that together, we can accomplish a lot this season.
Coach Smithley, Alex, thank you guys. Waynesburg will open its season Saturday, September 7th at Muskingum University. Thank you.